Hello! Well, no. Hold on. Oh my god. Hello! I'm Haley and this is Taya, and welcome to Haley and Taya Rip Supernatural and Start Over and also sometimes talk about other stuff, a podcast.
Also known as HATRUSA, and this week we are talking about Supernatural, the animation, episode 3, Home. This episode was written by Naoya Takayama and directed by Atsuko Ishizuka. I think I said that right, maybe. And it does not have an air date. There's no air date on this page.
There is on it's on the Supernatural, the animation, the air date is March 3rd, 2011. Yep.
Where are you?
It's on the supernatural.fandom.com/wiki/supernatural:_the_animation.
Yes, I see it now. They don't have it listed on the actual page itself, though, where they usually have it with
very
listed,
strange.
Which is so weird.
Apparently, oh my god.
There's a bunch of original ones coming up. Holy shit.
8 episodes all fucking aired on the same day, so that's hilarious.
It was less aired and they more just released the DVD and someone was like,
yeah. So I think
there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 original ones in a row after this, and then 2 more originals later on.
Whoa, that'll be exciting.
4. There's 4 more, so there's 10 original episodes in this 22 episode season.
Awesome shit.
God, I hope they're good.
Before we get going, hi, we're back.
Hi.
Summer always is hell, so
it's never good for us. We've got to fix something. We got to do something.
We're gonna figure it out. Especially now that I'm actually out of college and in the throes of life, and it's gonna be okay. But what better way to kick off than with an anime episode, guys? It was awesome.
God. Oh,
so I'm gonna bump right into my summary, which I started writing and then was like, I missed some things, so I'm half winging it, but it's okay. So we open on a woman telling her daughter not to be scared. It's fine. It's not fine, but it's whatever. Then she finds a picture of the woman. She tucks her daughter in, goes downstairs, and finds a picture of the Winchesters in the box in the basement. Then Sari's bedroom, some shit happens, and she sees a ghost, and she screams. And then we cut to title. And much like in the show, we see that Sam has had visions of his old house on fire, but it's not him inside. He convinces Dean to go back to Lawrence. Dean is like, "What are you, psychic?" LOL. They go to the house. LOL. Then they go to the house, and they say, "Hi, we used to live here. We were in town," which is a lie, but it's okay. Jenny recognizes them from the picture. She's like, "Whoa, wait."
Which is wild because Sam is a literal infant in that.
Well,
picture.
it's said they were like, "Hi, we're Sam and Dean."
I know, but she's like, "Wow."
She's like, "Wow, the Winchester brothers from the picture." But they meet Jenny and her kids, Sari and Richie. Sari's scared of a ghost, and Jenny's like, "Ugh, don't mind her. It was a dream." And Sari's like, "It wasn't a fucking dream, Mom, but whatever." Sam and Dean stake it out. I think they investigate a little bit. They talk to a mechanic who their dad was friends with. Then they go and talk to Missouri Mosley, everybody's favorite psychic.
No.
And then something. Dean has some moments. Dean has some moments where he misses his dad.
It's something is Missouri comes back to the house with them and is like, "Yep, there's 2 spirits," and that's
okay, yeah.
That's it. That's it. There's only 22 minutes, that's it.
Yeah. So Dean has some moments where he's missing his dad and trying to get in contact with him. But then the ghost drops a hot iron on baby Richie and sends him to the hospital. That night, the house gets set on fire and Jenny cries for help. She smashes through her balcony window.
She does it. A table goes flying through the window and Sam and Dean are stake out. And then so she's trying to figure out how to get out. But also it's the kids are still in the house.
Yeah.
But she's screaming for help, so that's what happens.
So then Sam helps Sari and Richie, and Dean helps Jenny, and Dean's like, where's Sam? And Sari's like, he's still inside. So Dean goes inside, and before Dean goes to shoot the ghost, Sam is like, wait, Dean, don't. And turns out that the fire ghost isn't a bad ghost, it's Mom. She tells them she misses
Wow.
them and says something about the fact that she didn't bring them here, the spirit did.
The
And
one that
then
killed her.
the one that killed her. And then they leave.
She turns into like a bunch of light, like
Oh
a bunch
yeah,
of
then
little
she
sparkling light. She dissolves.
she like double dies, and then they
Maybe.
leave. Maybe. Um. Yeah.
Then
And
John's
then they
there.
drive away. Oh yeah, and then Missouri's like, "Wow, you're supposed to be psychic, but
He didn't even know his own fucking dad was here.
he didn't know his
Cringe.
dad was here." And then John's there, and he has a beard and a mustache. So
And a hat. He has a
And a
hat. He doesn't
hat.
even
He
have a
has a
beard.
hat.
He has like a goatee mustache.
he has
situation.
facial hair.
I actually know if it's a goatee. I would have to look again. But he doesn't have a full beard.
Okay, my fucking freaking bad. So yeah,
He just doesn't look at all like John. And he's very tall.
Yeah, so that's our episode. Our death count is 0. There are no deaths in this.
Unless we're counting ghosts. But do we count ghosts? We don't count ghosts.
We have yet to figure out if we count ghosts or not.
Consistency.
Much like the show, we are inconsistent. Inconsistent's not a word.
Inconsistent.
I will drop dead right now. So, yeah. Anything else to say about the summary?
Summary? No, but I continue to question whether or not I think this 22-minute format is to the show's benefit or not.
The answer
and
is no.
This is, yeah, it's hard because so many Supernatural episodes seem too long, frankly. But then we get to the anime, which is half as long, and it's always like, well, this is too short.
Yeah.
So I think it's like,
if we had a nice, like, 35 minutes.
which isn't a thing, but yes.
Yeah, but, like, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, like, Only Murders in the Building kind of does whatever it wants in some of the episodes.
Well, that's
are weird
because
lengths.
we're in a streaming era. In the streaming era, it's not as necessary that you fill time slots correctly. That's
Yeah,
why
so
TV shows
maybe-
are only ever 20 or 40 minutes
so
because they're
maybe if it
filling
was
that
a
30 or 60-minute time slot. And Haley, if you suggest that we bring Supernatural back into the streaming era, I'm gonna punch you. We're not doing it.
Anyway, would you like to know my notes?
Yeah.
Okay, so I felt I tried to do digital notes for a while, as you may remember, and I've decided that I don't like that, and I have returned to form with our return to recording that I am going to do physical notes again. So I was writing notes while I did the episode, and I will now read them. My first note is music box opening. Great. Because I feel as though a music box opening is a surefire way to set the tone for a horror thing.
Fair enough.
There's just something about it, you know? Then I wrote, oh dear, lights flickering.
Mm-hmm.
Followed by, that doesn't look like John and Mary, but go off.
Mm-hmm.
Because the picture of them as a family, I was like, that's not John and Mary at all, but... Mary in the anime has, like, short hair. She looks like Mary when she, spoiler alert, comes back from the dead. So
Which feels unnecessary. Having not watched that season, I just don't think we need to be bringing characters back so often.
we don't.
Supernatural truly said, like, fuck death having any emotional meaning in our story.
Yeah.
And then ran with it, and I don't like that at all.
No.
I don't like that
Then
shit.
I then have the intensity of a kid seeing a fire ghost, which I wrote as though it was like a commonplace, like understandable, relatable feeling. It's not, but it's fine.
My thing for that scene was it took her like a solid 30 seconds to start screaming, and that couldn't be me.
No.
She was just sitting there whimpering, and I was like, when she screamed, it wasn't even like something like was revealed. It was just like, oh, well, we've whimpered enough. Time's
But
up,
also,
start yelling.
like, sometimes kids are just like that. The other day at work, I had a kid who was willingly touching a spider. Fucking willingly, like, playing with it. And then took it in a cup to bring it outside. And as she was bringing it outside, fucking screamed and threw the cup in the air. And
you
I
know
was
what?
like,
Fair enough.
what is your deal? And she was like, the spider touched me. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You were literally holding it in your hand. So
All right,
kids
I
are
stand
just fucking...
corrected. I stand corrected.
Kids are just crazy.
Sounds like.
So then I have the note, this one I really like, is that the shading wants to be JoJo's so bad. This
I haven't
whole
watched
anime...
JoJo's. I just believe Haley on this one.
So, I say this because the shading in this episode, Taya pointed out a lot, is so harsh. They use, like, so much black shading. And,
well, they
like,
almost only use black shading. And I understand that's a style choice, but I don't actually think it's working the way they think it does.
Right. So they want it to be, like, so dramatic, but I'm trying to find a good screenshot of, like, a where I can show you, like, this...
JoJo's being better at this?
Yeah. But, like, in JoJo's, they use a lot of shadow and dramatic, like...
Lighting?
Lines and lighting and
Yep.
crazy shit. And
they don't
things
really...
Things are very, like... This picture is kind of...
Uh-huh.
This is part 5. So you can see... For the viewers, because this is an audio podcast, I'm sending a picture of Jotaro in part 5.
Well, one of the things that gets me is that, like, even in this one, they have, like, a few different, like, levels of shadow. There's some... It's not just pure black for all the shadows. They chose, like, this area is going to be the darkest, and then there'll be some areas of a little bit, like, lower contrast. But there's also, like, hatching.
Yes.
And the supernatural anime doesn't have really gradients or hatching or different, like, levels of gray and black. They basically just anything
black.
that is a shadow is full black, and that is a style. But since it's like the style for the whole show and not for impactful scenes, and I'm sure we've talked about this before, it doesn't have like an impact, and it feels like the whole show is like not dark, but like weirdly dark. Like they're just in like a room during the day, and I think it could have been really powerful if like when the girl was like when Sari is like, there's something in my closet, if for her in that part they used the full black. But for the rest of it, it's just like, this is like, it's really intense and really harsh almost. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it's working as well as they think it is.
Correct.
So, I don't know, but I'm not an animator. I'm just a guy.
See, here's like a shitty little GIF. That's not going to send as a GIF. Okay.
No, it's just a screenshot. Well, I think that I really wish they had like some other levels of like, oh, I got it. Cool. Like they don't really have like, aside from when everything turned green and then they had like the floating, they don't really have like action lines or any other sort of like, you know how like with like Mob Psycho they have like all the different like textures and like,
yeah,
it's a very they obviously had about $2 to make this anime.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think that the way they did it is that interesting or fun to look at. It's not like there's no reason to watch this anime. Maybe the original episodes will slap and they'll be really good.
That'd be awesome.
But I have to assume the reason they made this anime was because Supernatural was also somewhat popular in Japan. Popular enough for them to take that risk.
Right.
Because animation's really expensive, and this is a pretty... I think there's some confusion on our part if Madhouse did the full thing or if they kind of just did distribution. But it's associated with some larger studios. So it's like very unclear to me, like, there's not any like artistry really put into it. There's no reason to watch this.
Right.
Other than like it's slightly shorter.
Right. It's slightly shorter but more confusing. So
yeah.
My next note is, this is my favorite line from the episode where Dean said, "Do you think you have psychic abilities or something?" And I wrote LOL, literally, yes, he does. Because he does. And they're skating around it more in the anime than they did in the show somehow.
And I almost think it's because they like have such a short amount of time and they're skipping, like, maybe it'll make more sense in one of their in one of the new episodes, because it really is like, why are we here?
That would be awesome if we knew.
I'd love to know.
My next one is, this is my second favorite line from the anime. It was in the subtitles. It was open bracket, grunts then sighs, all capitals, and then close bracket. And I just
Right.
thought that was really intriguing because never in a like that doesn't happen in subtitled anime. Why did they do that?
You know.
Like it, they treated it for a second like closed captioning instead of subtitles, which was so funny to me. Um, then I have that Sam wanted to play soccer because that they introduced that idea.
Yeah, that was new. I looked back, and at least if it was mentioned in the original show, it at least did not make it to the wiki page, and I think it would have if it had been mentioned. At least it's not mentioned in this episode.
So, what the fuck is with that? I would love to know. Then I have that anime Dean having black hair is so funny to me. I don't know why, it just is.
I don't
I
even know if he
think
has.
like
I don't even know if he has black hair. I think just sometimes the shadows are so strong that it looks all black.
I think it's black.
I think it's brown.
Okay, well, debatable on what color it is, but it is definitely darker than it is in the show. Definitely darker than Jensen Ackles' hair. Then I have, they let baby Dean see mom burning and bleeding on the ceiling because there's a flash. Dean's talking to Sam about what happened back then, and it shows John like shielding Dean from seeing into the room, but he already did. So in the show, Dean did not see Mary burning on the ceiling, but in this, yes, he did.
Yes, he fucking did.
Yes, he fucking did. So, that's great. More trauma for him. Then, perhaps my favorite note is the burning house, two brothers.
Mm-hmm.
It won't bring mom back. It's really giving Full Metal Alchemist. It wants to be better. It wants to be
want it
something.
to be Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah,
I would like to
Alchemist.
I would like to be watching Full Metal Alchemist.
Why aren't we just watching Full Metal?
we 4 seasons in, we transitioned to watching each episode of Full Metal Alchemist.
Right. Oh no. Then I have in Taya, perhaps. Well, I don't know if you want to say. We can elaborate on this more after my notes, perhaps for Taya's little bit. But my next note is the innate casual racism of anime. I'll leave it there for right now. Then I have, what's November 83? Is that when Mary died? Because when he calls John's phone, John's like, unless you're if you're calling about November or something 83, 11/28, 11/2/83.
Yes, that actually is
location.
That's on the IMDb.
Is that the day that Mary died, or what?
Yeah, it's under the trivia section.
Okay.
John's voicemail message says, "This is John Winchester. If this is an emergency, please leave a message. If this is in regards to 11/2/83, please leave your present latitude and longitude." In the live-action series, 11/2/83 was the date of the house fire. Then he would say, or maybe there he would say, I don't know, this isn't written super well. "This is John Winchester. If this is an emergency, contact my son's son, Dean." Which is what he says in the show, which I do remember. And the boys' only communication with him would be when he'd text them longitude and latitude coordinates for cases.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, yeah, it's so weird, though, that it would be like, who... Is he just assuming Sam and Dean are going to call about it? And he's like, yeah, just leave your location? Because, like,
so
who
funny.
else is... I'm sure someone else is contacting him about this. It's just, it's just a fun little Easter egg. I don't think it means that much. But I am like, who would be calling you about this, you know?
Well, that's what I was like, I thought you already know who fucking did it. Why do you need to, like, why do you need details? Anyway. Oh my god, is my next note.
Oh.
Lock baby in fridge? Nah. Burn baby with a hot iron. I think that was my favorite part of this anime episode.
They
Because
really just burnt this child.
At least, so in the episode, they lock Richie in the fridge. Like,
Yes.
he wants juice or something, so he, like,
And he
toddles
climbs
over,
in.
and he climbs in the fridge to get his juice, and it shuts on him.
Yes.
Which is, like, still, like, oh no, like, hypothermia is a possibility, and it's not great.
And
However...
air. I don't know how air circulates in a fridge.
But, okay? But she gets him out in a very timely manner, and he is unscathed. There's no damage other than perhaps psychological.
Yeah.
With a burned baby who has been burned with a hot fucking iron and has probably third-degree burns on his back, DCYF is going to be contacted, babe. Like, you're in a hospital, they're going to be like, why does your baby have iron marks on his back? Did you do this on purpose? Like, oh my god.
It's well, because, like, the reason is she was outside with Sari packing up the car or something.
Right.
It just doesn't look good.
No.
I understand it's Ghost. It's not good. It's really not good.
You can't go into the hospital and say, sorry, it was Ghost. They're going to be like, okay, we need to take your children.
Because even if it, like, isn't, even if the best you can come up with is, I left my baby alone in the house.
There was
I left my baby alone for some period of time. The iron was on. Because even if the ghost turned the iron on, there's no way to get around that the iron was on to burn the baby.
Right.
The best case scenario, you say, the playpen, he got out of the playpen, already not good, and knocked over the iron that I left on when I was not in the room.
Right! Oh my god.
Because I don't know if, I assume that he immediately, like, wriggled it off. It's still really bad. It's really bad. And we gloss over it because it's not important, but, like, it's a lot.
Right, it's not important at all, but, like, from a childcare standpoint, it's very, like, hey, that's reportable. But you know what? It's not real. So, moving on. Why is Dean saying he misses John? That's too emotional, is my next note.
Yeah, he's, like, sitting under a tree and is like, I miss you, and it's like, no, you don't. He calls him.
He's like, I gotta piss. And he calls John on the phone, and it's like, Dad, I miss you. Where are you? Like, I really need you to, like, contact us. And I was like, bitch, when has Dean Winchester ever? The answer is never. That's not Dean. Dean's emotionally constipated. He doesn't even know what the term I miss you means. Silly Dean. But then my next note is Sam saving kids, and I drew a little heart eyes emoji. You know me and
of course I do.
Kids. Yeah, so then I have Sam like, nah, I knew. Sir, no you didn't. You were freaking out is my next note. Because Dean comes in and is like, don't shoot the ghost. And then she, like, reveals herself to be Mary. And Sam's like, I knew it. And I'm like, no, if you knew it, you would not have been panicking the way you were.
I think he was just saying he knew his mom was still in the house. But, like, no, you're right. It is a little like, how did you know that one was her?
Yeah, it's like, no, you didn't know that, actually. You were running from her. Like, you told the kids to fucking run for their lives. If you knew it was your mom, you wouldn't have done that. My next note, I don't know what it was supposed to be. I wrote, not the point of. And then I moved on, because I think I was talking or something. I don't remember. But who knows? Who knows what the point I was trying to make was? But then I have the Mary closure. They weren't allowed in the show, because in the show, in this episode, we talked about how Mary does not get to talk to them. We're pretty sure she just, like, shows up, smiles at them, and then, like, poofs away.
Yes.
In this, she has a whole fucking conversation and is like, look at you, you're all grown up, I miss you, like, I'm sorry. And then she goes away after, like, telling them she loves them. But that's closure they don't get in the show. So, good for them, I guess?
I guess. I don't know if I like that. I was saying this to Haley. I don't know if I like that. Like, maybe it's just they didn't write it very well in the anime, but it felt unnecessary almost. All she did was, like, be like, the guy who killed me is why you're here. AKA, what's his name?
Azazel.
What's his name?
You were like, Azriel? Undertale?
Yeah, I don't remember what his name is, and I was like, that's not it. Azazel? We got there. Azazel, like, is the reason Sam gets visions. that brought them there. But we were confused because we were like, wait a minute, the evil spirit, did she die in a different way? She didn't. It was just confusing. But all she says is, that guy's the reason you're here and what killed me. I love you. And, like, that's great, but it's like a long conversation for nothing to happen, and I was just like, we have 22 minutes. Like, it's like, I don't actually know if that was,
we have 3 minutes left in the show. Like, what?
Yeah, I feel like it was not as emotionally satisfying as I would need the last. I think maybe what's making it not emotionally satisfying for me is because, like, while I don't know what happens in the anime, I know in the show they're gonna go back in time and see her. They're gonna see her in different universes. She's gonna come back to life. Like, you know what I mean, right? Like, it's not like this is the last time they will ever speak to her. So it's just like, okay, like, you didn't have to.
In the anime, I'm pretty sure it is the last time. If that makes me better.
So in there, it's like a little better. But like, knowing what I know, I'm just like, okay, like,
yeah,
that gave me nothing. So
yeah. 3 notes left. I have a quote from Missouri, where she said, "I buried my secret concoction." That line was just like,
I don't know what the fuck she was talking about, because I don't even remember if she did anything in the show other than just come out and be like, I checked everything and everything's gone.
Right. So I don't know what that line is, but it was so funny to me. My secret concoction. Not even like a hex bag or something. Like, my secret concoction. I love the word concoction. I think it's amazing.
Missouri just promises to keep an eye on them, I think, in the original show. And one thing that I just realized they cut is they actually cut Missouri getting injured, which is it's very brief, but I forgot about that. So
yeah, when she like gets a chair thrown against her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or desk. I think it was a desk or a bureau. Something big, heavy.
It was a very heavy piece of furniture, is all I know.
Yeah. My next one is very important to me personally. It's, why does John have facial hair? Because John has fucking facial hair. It's very scary.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Which, okay, I guess John has facial hair in the original.
He does, but Jeffrey I think part of it is...
But he has, in the anime, he has heavy facial hair. Like, there's... It's not 5 o'clock shadow. Like,
yeah, I think in the show it always looks more like he's just like not shaved in a while.
Yes.
Like, it's not a full beard, it's just kind of scruffy. In this, it's like a very neat, like...
Right, like he's...
I don't know what this type of facial hair is called. Facial hair names. This is a... Van Dyke.
Oh, show me?
It's gonna be the smallest image of all time I'm sending you, because I don't want to send you the full chart.
That's okay. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I don't actually know if that's what it's always called, but if you look up, if you're like, someone else called it a circle beard. Like, if someone's trying to figure out what it looks like but doesn't feel like Googling it. Admittedly, I am gonna say this. We'll talk about this more with Missouri, I think. A bunch of the other characters do end up getting design changes. Just in these first few episodes, they don't change the designs very much.
Mm-hmm. My last, just to finish up my notes, round them out, my last note is that John would never say that he misses his kids. So, that's my hot take on John Winchester.
I send Haley these posts all the time that are like, sometimes fandom has characters who are like they write characters too emotionally like available and like not literate, like emotionally aware. And that is, I think, not only something I think that the Supernatural fandom struggles with, just because like they're so emotionally like closed off that it's a little hard to recreate in a fanfic that you want people to like progress in. But like this episode is like a perfect example of like a canonical Supernatural piece of media. Like, this is season 1. There's no way Dean is in a place emotionally where he is admitting he misses his father in like that vulnerable way. He would say something like, we need dad for XYZ. Right. He wouldn't just like, say, I miss you.
And it's so weird because like the anime came out in 2011. At that point, we're in season, what? 5?
That's a great question. Let me check for you.
Oh, I'm checking right now.
Great. You might be faster than me.
So it started in February 2011. We were like just at the end of season 6. Season 6 finished in May 2011.
Yeah,
So
I'm seeing that.
the anime started
They probably started
in the
it sometime
end of
in
season 6.
Well, they probably started at season 4.
Yeah.
Season 4 or 5. They probably were starting, like, I don't know how long it would take, but 4 or 5 seems like the when they were airing, seems like when, like, the discussions would be had, when they were getting writing, then they'd start animating.
Yeah.
But it's like, even, I would say even in the later seasons that I saw, which I stopped at the end of season 9, I believe, he's still pretty, like, he's more emotionally available. He does not, especially with John. He doesn't have this awareness with John.
Right. He's more emotionally available, but not to the point where I would approach him and say, hey, can I talk to you about something?
Yeah, no. And I don't, like, I think maybe John would say he misses his boys, but, like, he has such a strange relationship with his children that, like, it would not, I don't know. John, I don't like John, so it doesn't really matter.
We hate John.
I don't like John.
Would you like to talk about Missouri?
I'm gonna preface this by saying I don't actually know, like, if I have the proper, like, terminology or language to talk about Missouri, but, like, Missouri's design and some of her writing in this show is so bad and racist. It's really racist. And I don't know how to explain her outfit, really, or her design, so you might want to go look her up if you can. It would just be, like, Supernatural Anime Missouri Mosley. That's her name, right? Yes.
Yeah.
And, so in the actual show itself, and the reason we say this a few times, this is the reason I said, like, well, other character designs change. Like, I think Jess is, like, a redhead or something.
Yeah,
and
Jess is, like, kind of purple.
Bobby looks completely different. I was saying that because in the actual, like, reaction, we were saying, like, no one else really has designs changed. They do. But mostly it's, like, things like hair color, facial hair, stuff like that. It's not really, like, this. This is, like, a personality change, almost.
Yeah.
I would say it is a personality change on top of a design change. So in the original show, she is just a dark-skinned black woman with pretty short, natural curly hair. And she wears, like, this pretty, like, business casual look.
Yeah. She has,
I'm looking
like,
at some
headband. Her hair,
yeah,
like,
she has a headband. She has,
accessories.
like, this, like, sort of this jacket that has, like, almost the fabric that reminds me of, like, the royal family, and I don't know why.
Right. So
she's got, like, a simple pendant.
Also, like, it's business casual for 2005.
Yes, for 2005. Oh, it's, like, kind of I'm looking at a better quality picture. It's kind of like a cardigan. She's got a cardigan. She's got, like, a nice black shirt underneath. She's wearing some simple jewelry. She's very, like, she's very just, like, middle class woman going to, like, a meeting, you know? I don't know how else to describe her outfit. But then in the anime, first of all, they made her, like, 4 feet tall for no clear reason. I don't know why they did. They just made her very short. They lightened her skin tone a lot, significantly. Her hair is, like, choppy? I don't know how to describe this. She's got, like, very choppy bangs.
It looks self-maintained.
It's self-maintained. It's actually got a very thick braid in the back that you only get, like, 2 shots of. And then she has, like, 2 sections in front which are, like, wrapped in either string or fabric that come down a little longer. And then she's wearing this, like, cloak thing. We don't get a good look at it ever. And this big, like, cowl? Like, I don't know. And these big circle, and then these 2 necklaces of some sort, like, they're big circles on the bottom and then, like, line, like, sticks almost on the top. And it just feels racist. It feels, I was looking for anyone to talk about this, and I only found one description, and they described it as shamanistic. And I don't know if that's the best description, but it is very much, it's, like, way more, like, ooh, this black woman is magical, you know, like Missouri already has that issue where she is a magical black person in the boy's life, especially since she's only in, like, 2 episodes, and in, I think, 1 she's blinded and then killed. But this, I saw that she's in a couple more episodes, maybe 1, maybe 2,
In the anime?
Yes. One of them is an original, if that helps. But her design and, like, kind of the way she talks and, like, her concoctions, it felt like it was leaning even more into, like, ooh, like, weird exotic magic from a black
literally
person.
Zecora.
In, like, it's like really uncomfortable. I hated every scene she was in, which sucks because I love Missouri as a concept. I think she's a stereotype, and I don't think she's well-rounded. I like the idea of her as something that the show should have used better and just failed to.
Taya literally took 1d20 of psychic damage every time she came on screen.
It's rough. And I will post on Twitter. We've already posted her on Twitter, but there's a comparison of, like, them right next to each other, the live action actress and the animated design, and it's so bad. It's horrifying, honestly. It's especially since so far everyone has been somewhat similar to the other designs. This is clearly not based on this actress, her mannerisms, her design, like, nothing. Like, no. Yeah. It's rough. I don't know why she's so short. That part is so weird. They just made her really short. For no clear reason.
I think it's like an anime thing. When they have, like, a weird, quirky character, they're always, like, short and not, like...
That feels offensive in a different way.
Yeah.
It's bad. That's what I'm gonna leave with. I do not like this Missouri at all. I don't think that any decision here was good. It's bad. It's bad.
It's bad.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
And that's what I had to add.
Did it pass the Bechdel test?
I mean, here's the thing. We have Sari and Jenny talking about the ghost.
True.
So technically, yes.
Wow.
Because the ghosts are either we don't know what the fuck the other ghost is, or it was Mary. So, yeah. Yeah, it passes the Bechdel test.
That's awesome.
The bar is below ground. And since it's been a while, I feel the need to acknowledge that we don't do the Bechdel test section, like, in a serious way. We realize it's, like, a joke test. And also made by lesbians. We have not met the, like, singular lesbian in this show yet. It's more of just to say, like, there's no women in these shows and they never talk to each other.
Yep. That's just for us to be goofy and funny.
Try to survive out here.
If we have to do something. So, would you like to know what I have for crack shipping?
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, so for crack shipping today, I have Missouri and Jenny.
Fuck it, why not?
I think after the house is exercised, maybe they go out for lunch and they find some common interests and they spark a flame.
Good for them.
Yeah, Missouri's like 2 times her age, but it's okay. Sometimes.
Who gives a shit? I don't even know if she is, because you look at Missouri in, like, the TV show, and she's maybe John's age, but John isn't, like, John's in his 40s. Like, he's not that old.
Right, but I'm thinking of Jenny as, like, probably a young mom. Like,
Sorry,
okay, you know what? Maybe not 2 times her age, but at least 10 years older. So really, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
She's an adult. Yeah. So that's my crack ship. And I think it's pretty awesome. Barring all of the awful things about Missouri. Then I have brought to you by, you guys are never going to believe it, but it is brought to you by, once again, Carry On by...
Holy shit.
Candace.
That's nuts. Yeah, that's all that you got. That's all you got.
Yeah, that's my other, God, they want to be JoJo's Bizarre Adventure so bad, is they're like, we have to use this pop culture English song as our credits.
It makes sense, but I am curious you know what? I'll find one right now.
Oh my god, this is awesome.
Supernatural Carry On cover. Yeah, it was like, there's gotta be a Japanese version of Carry On by My Words.
For sure.
I found someone playing it on some kind of synth. Good for this 10-year-old, I think. Congratulations. Anyway.
So, Then we have our fave wiki. Would you like to go first?
Yes, sorry, I got distracted looking at covers of Carry On My Wayward Son. My favorite thing on the wiki is the quote that's just the quote about soccer. Soccer's not for you, Sam. What you should be concentrating on is improving the bow and arrow, which they never use in anything ever.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Do you want to know mine?
What's yours?
Mine is, under the featured or whatever actors. Co-stars, TBA is Jenny. Like,
Jesus, it's so weird how unable to find voice acting information. We say this all the time. It's really hard to find voice acting information for some of this show, and because the credits are in kanji, we don't know who these people are, especially for the Japanese dub. Aside from like the maid ones who actually get like their name online, like a lot of the minor characters you can't figure out who voiced them. It's so weird.
which sucks for me because I'm the kind of neurodivergent person who needs to know voice actors and who else they voice acted. So
I'm so sorry.
because I'm telling you, man, I recognized Sari's voice actor, but
We're never gonna know. Unless you know. If you know, contact us.
yeah,
If
or
if you're sorry, contact us.
If you're sorry, or if I painstakingly go through and use my fucking translator, my picture.
I don't know if
just,
that necessarily will work awesome for names,
but
though.
It could.
It could. You're right.
There's only one way to find out, and
There
it's by
is.
doing.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, so that's my favorite wiki. Would you like to know my rating?
Yeah.
Okay. So I said at the end of, I believe I said during the season 3 wrap that I wanted to go back to my funny rankings with decimals. So I'm starting that now. I've rated this a 3.7 out of 10 burning moms.
Great.
I've rated it 3.7 because I wanted to rate it a 3, but I gave it 0.7 points and I didn't dock points, I added points because I thought that some of the interesting new lore was worthy of some new points. My interesting new lore being the fact that Sam apparently loves
was a little soccer guy.
And also, I think there was something else that I don't remember, but
fair enough. On IMDb, this episode has a 7.8 out of 10 with 91 ratings and no written ratings from any, or reviews from any watchers. The first episode, Alter Ego, which fucking sucked, was a 7, and Roadkill, which also wasn't great, was a 7.7.
That's awesome.
So.
Cool.
However, Roadkill, Home, and then a few others are top rated because I don't think they got above a 7 point. Oh, nope, they got above an 8.1. 8.5. The last two are the highest rated, but most of these are in the 7s.
That's awesome. Would you like to go through your closing remarks?
Yes, hello. Thank you so much for sticking with us. I know I keep saying I will upload things and haven't. Consider this. My laptop, always dying. But I am moving to a PC, so hopefully I'll get to it at some point. We are HATRUSA everywhere. You can follow us on anything. Please do. We'll try to get back into some sort of schedule again. Help. Like, comment, share, subscribe, review, rate. It helps us out. And
comment, scream, cry.
Be prepared to tell us how wrong we are about, like, our Castiel opinions. I don't know. I feel like that's
yeah, guys, Castiel's coming in, so you gotta be nice.
Next week.
You gotta pay attention.
Yeah. Finally, we can be mean about Destiel. Or I can.
Awesome.
I don't know if you're going to, but I'll probably be mean. So.
If I
say that as someone who really...
I'll have to do something drastic.
Listen, I really liked Destiel when I was growing up, but now I can, like, look back and we can all acknowledge where they ended up and be like, was this actually going to happen? Or were they like, well, Cass is going to die, so what? You know?
Yeah.
We can ask ourselves these questions.
Before I give my Heitea, I would like to do a brand new one-time bit.
Okay.
I have a fortune cookie on my desk from last night. I got Chinese takeout. Let's all discover this week's fortune together. ASMR. Your dreams are a reminder of the magic and mystery of life. That's beautiful.
Great. That isn't really relevant, but good enough. You know?
Hey, Taya?
Yeah?
Who's your favorite gay angel?
Not Castiel.
That's the wrong answer. The answer is Castiel.
Okay, well, I have other angels I like who are gayer.
Nope, the answer is Castiel.
Okay, well.
Because we're going to see him next week on Supernatural.
Okay, catch you on the flip side.